today's video, I attempt to survive 100 more days out of this ultra hardcore world, which is a world to where I naturally cannot regenerate my health. And you're probably curious, how exactly can I get my health back once I lose it? I either have to find suspicious stew, make golden apples, or make potions. Now I do have a few more goals which I would like to accomplish before the days are done. I want to defeat every single boss as well as mini boss inside the game. So I want to defeat the Warden, Ender Dragon, Wither, Ender Guardians, and also the new mob, The Creaking. Will I survive another 100 days inside of this world? Let's find out. Also, before I get started on today's video, if you enjoyed this kind of content, please like and please subscribe. This lets the channel grow and this lets me know that you want to see more of this crazy content. Anyways, onward in today's video. Day 101, we're back again, and for this day it was mainly just spent planning because I wasn't entirely sure how exactly I wanted to kill all the bosses and mini bosses in the game, but I figured I would start just by enchanting a little bit, and I decided to enchant my mace and I got density 3, and after a quick Google search I figured out that density actually does more damage the further down you drop, and I figured I would use this for a future boss. And then afterwards I just spent the whole entire time just enchanting. I was mainly trying to get looting 3 or looting 2 or any kind of looting, because if I wanted to actually construct the Wither and then defeat the Wither, I would need looting, because without looting it would be horrible and I would have to grind for pretty much years, and looting just makes it easier. And that's when I got looting 2, and I combined it on another sword where I have looting 2 on it, and I got looting 3. And afterwards I just grinded a little bit because I needed to get mending on my gear, because my gear was desperately in need of mending. And yeah, I just pretty much bought my whole entire mending villagers stock out. Afterwards I just grinded a little bit of pumpkins and then I slept. That was day 101. On day 102, started the day off by applying mending on my boots, and afterwards I decided that I would get a few materials and also trade and also kill an iron golem. And then I just did a few shenanigans around the base to entertain the stream crowd. Go away, Glass, you're useless hunks of junks. Yes, the farm gods have blessed me with numerous pumpkins. It was a plentiful harvest. Pumpkin time, yo, pumpkin time for me, my bro. The Iron Golem is classified as a boss. The boss 1 is down. Look at all these cakes. Woo! I could make me a storage room with just cakes in it. I'm gonna do that. I'm gonna do that. I'm going to dedicate 5 entire days, literally dedicate it to crafting a room out of cake. Then after all those shenanigans, I decided that I kind of wanted to expand my base because storage was starting to become a thing. I needed a very big area for storage. So I decided that I would tear down this whole entire wall and convert it into my small chest room. Spawn a chicken. Damn. And that was day 102. On day 103, I decided that I would go back to Mushroom Island because I needed mushroom stem as mushroom blocks, but I got distracted by wanting to have another sheep. So this little shenanigan bit happened. Let's see, cow over there and also a sheep. You know what? Steve deserves a mate. Don't look, but I shall kill your friend. It's for science. Don't worry. He was a very bad man. He was sheepist? It's kind of like sexist, but for sheep, a sheepist. And then afterwards, I set sail when I got jumped by a pufferfish. And I lowered a few hearts, and then I made it to the island, and then I just harvested a bunch of mushrooms. Looks like he's pretty chill. Get it? Chill. I guess you could say that pun was cold as ice. I guess you could say that I'm one of the nice now. Well, to be fair, these puns are really cool. And on the morning of 104, I decided that I would go back to the base when I discovered a shipwreck and also a black sheep. Hey, look, the black sheep of the herd. That's amazing. And then when I made it back to the base, I let Steve out, and then I let the Steve and other Steve mate, and then they made a small Steve, and then popped out another Steve. Then afterwards, I just continued with the renovations to my base. And that was it for that day. Day 105 was just continuing with the small little renovations I had, and I also combined it looting on my sword, and then I wanted to see how much it would be to get my chill pill with the looting 3, and it would be 8 levels to where I attempted to actually get that. And then after I was done, I just decided that I would breed the Steves to get more Steves, because this is Steve land where every Steve is known to be Steve. And popped out more Steves. And then afterwards I just slept. When day 106 was pretty laid back, I just ventured out to get more oxy daisies because I felt kind of bad about using a bunch of potions, which I had, but I didn't really want to use them, so I decided that oxy daisies would be a good source for me to regen my health, and then I just grabbed a few and then I just slept. When day 107, I just picked some flowers and then I drank some suspicious stew to get my health back up, and then afterwards I just explored for a little bit and then I got bored of it, so then I went home. Those things suck. What sucks about that is I'm gonna have to actually fight an Elder Guardian, and those little babies can pack a little punch. Afterwards, I felt like my sanity might be slipping a little bit, and when I fed the Steves, this happened. Come here, Steves. Y'all need to make another Steve. And a baby Steve. Hello, Steve. All these Steves. You got Steve, you got Steve, you got Steve, you got Steve, and you got Steve. And I'm also Steve. Hello. We live in a world where it's all Steve. I'm going crazy. I'm pretty sure these mushrooms I've been eating are not the best for me, but hey, Steve. And then afterwards, I just chopped down a few trees. A brand new day full of possibilities. What exactly should I do? That will be all I do for day 108. Yes, I punched Steve. There we go. On day 108, I just cut down this gigantic mangrove tree, and then I just finished my little storage area inside my house, and then I made a diamond shovel, and then I just burned pumpkins to level up and hopefully to enchant my diamond shovel. And afterwards, I did more pumpkins, and then I needed a bucket, so I decided to kill this defensive iron golem. And then I had made a very small farm to grow wheat for my villager. And that was day 108. Day 109, I just expanded a little bit of that farm that I made on the last day, and then I traded with the villagers, and I kind of got into a short argument with a villager or two, and this happened. You set your trade. Apparently people like it when you give them compliments. So you know what? You look very nice today, and I love your hat. Okay, he doesn't like compliments. Maybe he'll respond to some neglect or insults. You smell. That was not planned. Afterwards, I chopped down some more trees because I needed a lot of dark oak as well as spruce, which I didn't really have spruce, and I figured I would save that for tomorrow. On day 110, I made my 500th boat, and I set up to attempt to find spruce because I needed it for a build that I want to do. Oh, a beehive. Ooh, I can get Steve a friend or two. Hooray. No one's gonna be lonely except for me and my island, just like real life. I made myself sad. After trying the easy way to get this bee inside of its hive, I decided other tactics would be of service. I have a very handsome bee who would want to be your friend, or maybe more than friends. Maybe you guys can pollinate each other or something. I don't know how bees get it on. And then afterwards, I just got annoyed, so I just grabbed the beehive and then I ran. Can I get me a black bed? Oh, wow, I can. Cool. Most depressing bed in the game. Bump, bump, bump. I want all the lilacs. Oh, hey, spruce. Yay! And there was a spruce forest. And so I decided that I would chop down some trees, and afterwards I made a bed for when the night came. It's not a phase, Mom. It's not a phase. And after that horrible joke, I decided that I would go explore where I found a gigantic hole in the ground, and then I decided that I would chop a little bit more trees, and then I slept. And that was that day. On day 111, I explored a little bit, and I decided that I would actually venture down inside the small hole and get some coal. Hey, let's get some of this resources. Oh, hey, look at that. Easy breezy, beautiful coal. Then after I did that, I just collected all the resources. It was mainly just coal and some iron, which wasn't really a lot, but it was something, and I honestly was desperate. And then afterwards, a skeleton scared me to where I had to retreat, and then I was trying to find either a village or a plains biome, and I found a plains biome, where I stole a little bit of oxy daisies. It was only a small amount, and then afterwards I just ventured back and I harassed the local wildlife, and then afterwards I decided that I needed a bee, and I found one to where I was trying to force them inside of their bee's nest, which it didn't really work until I waited until nighttime, and then they pretty much flew right in. So I was happy, and so I headed off, and so I discovered a bee in the middle of nowhere, and so I saved its life, and I know, I'm such a hero. And then afterwards, when I got home, I just placed the beehives, and afterwards I planted a gigantic spruce tree, and that was it for that day. On day 112, I grew a bunch of spruce wood, and I harvested a bunch of spruce wood because I needed a lot of spruce wood for this build, which I wanted to do. And afterwards, I decided that I would create a very small pier, and for some odd reason, I'm not entirely sure why I'd made it out of mangrove wood, because I didn't really have a lot of mangrove wood, but honestly, I thought it looked really well. Afterwards, I harvested a little bit of pumpkins for me to trade with my villagers, and that was it for day 112. And for day 13, I woke up pretty much aggravated that my villager did not want to reset its trade, and so I took my anger out on a nearby parrot. Yeah. Would you like a cookie, Mr. Parrot? Oh, that's what happens when you do that. Here lies Parrot. I was the one who killed him. I shall say a few words. He was the best of the best. He sang songs that I thought were very annoying. He sang songs that were quite beautiful, and I appreciated him very much. He will be forever missed. R.I.P. little guy. After I was done, I harvested a little bit of pumpkins, and then I decided that I'll make a very... You need to reset your trade. Actually, give me all the cake. Cake for days! Cake for days. It's a very impulsive buy, but it works for the purpose. Afterwards, I enchanted my shovel, and I combined it to my swords, and I renamed it a chill pill and not chill pill. And afterwards, I wasted a few levels on my trident. This is probably a really dumb waste of levels, but hey. I figured I would play as a dolphin. Afterwards, I got issues. Whoa, why am I disoriented? What is happening? 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 Okay, there we go. That was weird. So what happened here is I have a button to where it toggles a slow zoom, and I mixed this with F5, and that's what happened. How far can I go? Pretty dang far. Cool. And after I was done playing as a dolphin, I just placed a bunch of spruce logs and I stripped them because I needed a lot of stripped spruce for this build. After I was done, I grew another mangrove tree, and that was it for day 113. So days 114 to 122 were mainly just resource gathering. And then after I was done with gathering a bunch of resources, it was mainly just mangrove and moss and other stripped wood. I figured I would clear a gigantic spot of land because I was going to make myself a big old storage room because I needed a lot more storage than just what I have currently. So here is a quick time lapse, hopefully you guys enjoy it. So for this build, I decided that I would kind of flatten out the whole entire hill, but honestly previously inside of early designs of the build, it was supposed to actually sit on top of the hill. But after a few different kind of versions, I decided that I would actually make it kind of lay flat. And honestly, I feel like what I have here, I'm very much happy with it. Now, as far as what inspired the build, what inspired the build was actually me wanting to continue the actual lore of this place. And now I kind of feel like the lore of this island is kind of gigantic trees were once grown here, and over time, stuff slowly decayed and kind of got destroyed by its mycelium overtaking. And over time, stuff slowly decayed and fell apart. And what I have here is kind of that storytelling. And I kind of wanted to kind of capture that inside of the base itself. And I feel like the main base itself kind of captures that overall sense. But now inside of the chest room, I kind of wanted a much smaller remnants of what I have here inside of the base. And I feel like I actually captured it really, really, really well. I had a lot of hard times designing this because I wasn't really sure how I wanted the log to look. In a lot of very, very early forms, the log itself was actually very much rounded. And I didn't like it because I felt like as if it was supposed to sink down. And I used a lot of pictures to kind of inspire this design. And after a bit, this is what came out of it. Let me know what you guys think in the comments below. So on day 123, I don't really know what exactly I did. It's kind of like a fever dream. All I remember is that I was listening to the Spice Girls. And then after that, I just fell asleep. And that was day 123. On days 124 to 137, I just started off the day by grinding a little bit of materials. It was mainly just arrows. And then afterwards, I went to the nether. Steve, really? Come on, Steve. Get back and set the portal. Steve, come on, Steve. Steve. He fell by accident. Yeah, it wasn't me. After that was out of the way, I decided that I would bridge a little bit because I wanted to actually, first off, find a lot of gold, second off, find a lot of piglins, and then hopefully find another fortress, which that's exactly what I did for these many, many, many days. And sadly enough, I didn't actually include any funny bits because I, long story short, was actually recording my music as well as my voice inside OBS. So that's what happened. But I pretty much decided that I would trade with some piglins, and I got basically trash. I got a few ender pearls and nothing really too major. And then afterwards, I found a bastion. I decided that I didn't want to actually loot it because I didn't really want to die. So I just continued with trading with some piglins. And afterwards, I discovered some few endermen. And I got a lot of pearls. I think I got over 20. Figured that I wanted to actually get some fire resistance before I went into the fortress, assuming that I found one. Couldn't actually get one from piglins or anything, so I just pretty much got sick of it, and I decided that I would find a fortress. And that's what I did, actually. And as far as the loot goes, the loot wasn't really good, but after I found some places, I decided that I kind of would play it safe a little bit, and then I got annoyed by that, so I just went in crazy mode and I slaughtered them with my sword. And actually around here, I got maybe half health or lower, but it's a good thing that I bought a lot of golden apples because I did need it. And afterwards, I decided that I needed some wither skulls and figured the best course of action was to create a gigantic platform, so here is some footage of that. When I was done with the platform, I killed way more wither skeletons. That's when I actually got my first two. Hopefully we get something good. Hopefully. Fingers crossed, something good. No way. No way. Sweet. All right, good. One down, two to go. We can do this. Okay, so we got two of them. This is crazy. I literally just need one. This is awesome. And that meant that I just needed one more. And that's when I just continued my grind. I was killing anything and everything to hopefully get more wither skeletons, but also way more ender pearls because I needed a decent amount. And then that's when I crafted a few more golden apples because I was very low on resources. And then after I was done with that, I accidentally fell off and I was hiking a wither skeleton. When I was doing so, I was trying to retreat, and that's when I smacked the zombified pigmen, or whatever they're called now. And that's when I resorted to eating my god apple. Well, this went fine, and afterwards I panicked and I was slaughtering all the zombified piglins, and I really hope there's a skull underneath there. Let's see what's down here. I found my last one. Oh, cool, I got another skull from that. Sweet. All right, it's time for me to get the hell out of here. I think I've overstayed my welcome. Just in case. How is there zombies in here? Hope I do not die from this, Jesus. Hi. Speaking of dying, time for me to get the hell out of here. Very good, these pigmen are not mad at me. Awesome. Good. Very glad I got a break. But luckily enough, I didn't actually have to deal with any angry zombified pigmen, and I just went back to my portal. Okay, we're good. We're good. Whew. The nether's done. I think I need a break. Speaking of a break, how about an ad break? This video is sponsored by none other than me and coffee. A lot of people don't know, but these kind of videos take me days to record and days to edit because I do it all by myself. But I do actually have another friend that helps me stay focused and stay awake, not to mention stay energized. It's coffee. So being said, I just started a coffee and a buy me a coffee. It's a site where you can donate me a cup of coffee so I don't take ages to upload another video like this one. Link is inside of the description below, or you can just click here. Hopefully you think about supporting me. Enough of this, back to the video. On day 136, I decided that I would display my skulls as well as create a small netherware form, and then afterwards I crafted the nuggets into actual gold ingots, and then I made some golden apples, and then I decided that I would just grab some pumpkins, and then I bought a lot of cake to put on display inside of my chest room because I figured it would be cool. And then I enchanted my bow. And afterwards I noticed that I actually could get impaling 3 on a book to where I disenchanted my trident, and then I was aiming to get that. And afterwards I made some stews, and then after that I pretty much smelted some and to get some glass bottles, and afterwards I needed to get some potions, so I brewed up a bunch of potions. That was it for that day. Day 137 was mainly spent going inside the nether and gathering a bunch of gold as well as quartz. And while I was inside of the nether, I actually grabbed a lot of gas tears from killing a bunch of ghast. And afterwards I decided that I would go back, and when I was greeted with a enderman for some odd reason inside of my mushroom island to where I killed. That was it for that day. For day 138, I started the day off by crafting a bunch of golden apples as well as seeing what kind of enchantments I would get. And afterwards I killed some pufferfish to make water breathing potions. Because what I wanted to do is I wanted the next day to actually defeat the Ender Guardian. And then afterwards I enchanted my trident to where I combined it two, and I got Impaling 4. Fish Killer. Nice. Not bad at all. And afterwards I just crafted more potions. After that I made some Eyes of Enders to find the stronghold. And then I slept. Day 139, Ocean Monument killing time. Time to kill 3 Ender Guardians. This thing is going down. First things first, gonna make a platform. Okay. Alright, these things hit like trucks. I figured it was game time, so I chugged all of my potions and then I jumped out. Now, honestly, this wasn't really that bad. Just the main annoyance was just these fish, whatever they're called. But I pretty much found the Ender Guardians to be pretty easy. Alright, one guy down, 2 more to go. And just like that, the first one was down, and now I just swam around until I found the other one, which I found it right then and there. It was pretty easy just to take down. There we go. And the last one should be up top, pretty sure. So around this time, I actually got lost and I couldn't figure out where exactly the other one was. I knew that I had to go up, but I couldn't really find up. Okay, this looks new. A sponge room. Until I physically ran into it, and then I took it down. Nice. 3 of them down. I did it, hooray. That was super easy, damn. 1 boss is down. So after I was done, I decided that I would actually loot the room that had a bunch of gold blocks, and doing so almost got me killed. So like a big old dummy, I was trying to use doors, and when I was trying to use doors, I left a gap open and I couldn't place blocks fast enough, and yeah, I was down to I think 3 hearts. And then afterwards I just escaped and I chugged a bunch of potions and ate a bunch of apples, and I'm pretty sure that saved me because I'm pretty sure I would have been dead right now. But then after I caught my breath, I decided that I would actually go back because I wasn't entirely done looting, and I figured I would let these stupid fish thingy hybrids, whatever they're called, pay. And that's actually what I did. But just this time I actually did it the proper way. Nice. My reward is a bunch of gold. Let me get the hell out of here. And after the loot was successfully stolen, I went back home and I made myself a little shrine. The Ender Guardians are destroyed. One down. And then afterwards I figured I would celebrate with a little bit of trim. So I crafted me a brand new look. Not bad. Not bad at all. On day 140, I decided that I would brew up a lot of potions because on the next boss, I needed a decent amount of health. And afterwards, I cut down a bunch of trees because I needed a lot more apples. And then I did some trading, then I slept, and that was it for that day. On day 141, I spent this day mainly just trading. And then after I traded, I figured that I would actually go back to the old village, the village that was inside of the jungle/acacia biome, and I figured that I would attempt to get a farmer with an apple trade because I needed apples really bad, and using my methods, which I was doing right now, didn't really work. So I figured that I would set sail and hopefully find one at the other village. All right, I'm here for one thing only, for a farmer villager who wants to sell me a bunch of apples. Bee farmers. Nice. Appreciate it. And just like that, mission accomplished. And then afterwards, I just slept, and that was day 141. No one saw that. On day 142, I set off to head back home, and when I was home, I crafted a bunch of golden apples. Good news, 22 apples. Health is no longer going to be an issue for us now. After I was done, I crafted a little bit of potions as well as ladders, and then I milked a cow. And the main reason was to fight the wither. And then on day 143, I decided that I would start the day by grinding a little bit for mending. And then after it was done, I applied it to my pickaxe, and after a bit, I traded it to get my health back up from my pickaxe. Then I was headed to defeat the wither. Let's go defeat this wither now, shall we? So for the wither fight, my main idea was to just dig straight down and then use ladders to kind of make a way up for after I was done. So that's what I did mainly. I just did a gigantic pillar and then I landed with ladders, and then after I was on the way down, I discovered diamonds. Hey, diamonds, cool. I don't really need them, but hey, that's pretty rad. And then after I was entirely done, I mined out a very small room, and then I smacked down the soul sand, and then there was the withers out of all of its glory, ready to be killed by yours truly. Well, ain't no time like the present, huh? Let's do this noise. Wait, what? Here we go. Weird. And just like that, I spawned in the wither correctly the first time and everything. So the plan for the fight was mainly just to drink a bunch of potions, eat a bunch of apples, and just hope that I didn't die, because I've done the wither before and I died numerous times. This time, I'm not sure if it was the combination of the bow or just my weapons, but it was really easy. I mainly just did this for the whole entire time, and I got withered I think once, but to be fair, after it was all said and done, I only got down to half health, which I was kind of shocked because I thought the wither hit kind of harder than this, but just like that, it was down. That was easy. There we go, cool. After my war with the wither was triumphant, I decided that I would go back up to the surface and then sleep, and that was day 143. On day 144, I needed to grab obsidian to craft the beacon. For some reason, I thought I missed an achievement, but turns out you get the achievement when you actually power it up. Boom. And I forgot that I had to actually place blocks in order to power it, so yeah, I know what I'm doing. And afterwards, I needed to get way more levels as well as way more emeralds, because I wanted to actually go mining, to where I spent these few days trying to get Fortune 3 or trying to get enough levels to where I got Fortune 3. So this just consisted of me grinding a bunch. I got a lot of sticks, got a lot of paper, got a lot of pumpkins, and I just rinse and repeat until I actually got either Fortune 3 for a villager or Fortune 3 through enchanting. And around this time I decided that I would let them breed. Alright y'all, initiate meeting. But it turns out it didn't really work as planned, because with villagers, they suck and it takes forever. But after a bit, I got a few more emerald blocks where I could actually use for the beacon. When I was actually enchanting, I got Fortune 2, which I didn't really want that, so I just tried a different pickaxe. You lack the requirements, buddy. You're not gonna get another bed. Yeah, see? No extra bed, you're not gonna... This guy would rather mingle instead of doing his job. Lazy boy. Day 148 was all about pumpkins and also trading. Turns out my villager actually turned into a librarian, so I had to do the fun villager grind yet again. Dude, I want fortune. Give me fortune. Knockback. That's not fortune. This is very tempting right here. Vein of arthropods for 64. To be fair, it's taken a lot for me not to actually get that, because I do need it. But what I want to do is one-shot these silverfish. Yeah, and spiders. Yep. Infinity. Ooh. So this is going to be very based of me to do this, but I'm on team Infinity. I'm not on team Mending when it comes to a bow, so team Infinity. Infinity game, Razit, Fortune 2. getting that one. So now that I officially had 2 pickaxes that both contain Fortune 2, I was going to combine them, but instead of actually combining them, I decided that I would continue harvesting some pumpkins, and afterwards I went to bed, and that was day 148. On day 149, I regret my life decisions. I should have gotten 2 farmers. I am so stupid for not doing this earlier. You guys take so long to refresh your trades. Good lord. Hello there, handsome. Glad to know there's one at least decent looking person here. Besides me. After I was done with flirting with the villager, I decided that I would do some enchanting. Alright, let's do that. Nice. Where I got Fortune 2 and I combined it with my other pickaxe and I got Fortune 3. Then afterwards I figured I would go mining. Yes, the first mining expedition of the 200 days. Hello, Steves. Glad to see y'all. And that's where I spent day 149 as well as day 150. Yep, just mining, gathering ores, gathering materials, finding mine shafts, exploring the mine shafts, doing other stuff inside of the cave that requires mining, such as mining and mining and mining and mining and mining, and mining and mining and also mining and also mining and also mining and also getting a lot of diamonds and whatnot, and iron and gold and woo! And also I figured since this is halfway inside the video, aka day 150, I just want to say if you like this kind of content, make sure to leave a like and also subscribe for more. I have a lot of different ideas which I want to do as far as the 100-day challenge and also hardcore, so please stay tuned and also subscribe for more. And also if you're looking for a means of persuasion, here's a picture of my cat. I'm not really sure, I just told her that I would include her inside of one of these videos, so there you go, she's cute. Now please subscribe. Anyways, after I was done mining, I went back to the surface. Then after I came back on the surface, I just smelted a bunch of my stuff, and then I decided that I would add infinity to my bow, and I named it Plunky. And afterwards, I just made a bunch of blocks. Yep, just because I can afford this. There we go. Nice, bring home the bacon. I guess speed is nice. Yep, we did this noise. I'm too continuing though. And then I just continued placing a bunch of blocks, and I wanted to actually get a full entire beacon. I would love to actually get a full beacon. That would be kind of clutch, but I don't think that I'm gonna get this full beacon. So, but the question is, did I get one? And then afterwards, I just made some armor trim, and then yeah, that was it for that day. One day 151, I just let the game run because I think I was doing stuff in real life and I forgot to actually press escape to kind of close the game. So I just let the bad boy run. Hopefully you enjoy this night-day cycle inside of 1,000 speed. Yes, it's quite interesting, isn't it? I should have definitely edited this out, but hey, I figured I would keep it in. I'm not really sure why. I most likely should reevaluate my life decisions, because this is definitely something which I should have edited out a long time ago. But hey, it's quite beautiful seeing the whole entire day-night cycle happen inside of this super high speed. It takes forever though. I mean, this is what, 20 or some minutes? Simmered down to what, hopefully it's like 5? And here I am commentating about it. So yeah, it's quite thrilling. And here goes the sun setting. I'm not really sure. Alright, so hopefully you guys enjoyed this quick little time lapse. I mean by quick, I don't really mean quick. It's more like a very long time lapse. So yeah. One day 152, I decided that I would actually move and get some work done, so I just constructed a few more blocks and I harvested a little bit more pumpkins and I slept. That was it for that day. One day 153, I just did a gigantic villager grind because I needed to get a lot of emeralds because I kind of wanted to have the beacon entirely made of emerald blocks, which is kind of what I did for the other half. And then afterwards, I decided that I would go for the dragon fight, where I healed myself, gathered a bunch of blocks, and made some rockets, and then I slept, and that was it for that day. One day 154, it was Ender Dragon time, so I threw my first Eye of Ender, and then I set off to hopefully find the stronghold. It's a ruin on top of this little island thing. Ooh, suspicious gravel. After I got scared from a little trident-bearing boy, I set off yet again. Sadly enough, I had to actually leave my boat on the coast and venture on foot. But then I threw the last portal and
Guess they'll drop right here.
And so I just dug straight down, where I fell numerous times and got attacked by numerous mobs. Yeah, it wasn't fun, but hey, I got gunpowder.
Oh, I didn't need gunpowder.
And I just continued mining down, and there it was.
No flipping away. I'm very lucky. Alright. Hopefully there's something good down here.
And then after I was done looting, I just discovered more when I found a...
Hey, cool. Nice.
And then I found yet another library, to which I just stole a bunch of the stuff. And then I found the portal room, where I destroyed the silverfish spawner. Then I set the Eye of Ender inside the portal, then I jumped right in.
Let's do this. Inner Dragon's going down. Nice spawn, nice spawn. Alright, first things first. Need ender pearls.
After I came into the inn, my first plan of action was to get a bunch of ender pearls, and then after I got all of those, I just pillared up by the pillar and I just took extremely cheap shots at the end crystals from here. And then after I was almost done, the dragon spat on me to where I leapt for it, and then I just chugged a potion of Regen. Then afterwards, I just did way more shots.
M1. Lucky hit. There we go.
And apparently I just was really lucky with the shots because a lot of them did land.
Oh, I got it. Cool.
And then afterwards, I got more ender pearls, and then I pillared back up where I took this one out with my pickaxe. And after I did that, I just pillared to the next one. And doing this way was extremely brave of me because I'm pretty sure if the dragon hit me, I would have been flown into the void. But luckily I had a lot of ender pearls. And after I did this pillar, I tried to clutch my teleportation skills over to another pillar, and then I fell, and then I just ender pearled down, and then I was good. And afterwards I just pillared up to the other pillar, and I took that one down. And I got the last one.
Nice.
And after the final one was down, I just took really cheap shots with my bow and arrow at the ender dragon.
There we go. Yeah, just stay right there. It's bow time, yo. Nice.
But yeah, honestly, killing the ender dragon with a bow and arrow is really easy. I might do a separate video to where I attempt to defeat this guy without a bow and arrow, so stay tuned for that. And after I was done, an enderman attempted to get mad at me to where I leapt down, and then I just waited for the ender dragon to come around for me to smack its buns.
Land from the heavens, you beautiful angel.
After this oversized rats decided to land, I just took super easy shots from the fountain, and that's when I did it.
Here we go. The ender dragon is done. Look at that.
And then before I could actually get the XP, I was teleported back to spawn.
Yes, we have no spawn. But it's a good thing my spawn is literally right here.
And so I had to swim back to the base, and then after that I just slept, and that was day 154. On the next day I awoke and I decided that I would craft me an ender chest, which meant that I needed to mine a bunch of obsidian, and afterwards I just went back up and I crafted my first ender chest. Then after that I applied some armor trim, and then I set out while listening to cats. And once I landed where the stronghold was, I just decided that I would defeat some mobs because I needed gunpowder and I liked the bed. And then I got a music disc.
It's freaking stall. That's kind of gross.
But hey, music disc is also music disc, so spider jockey fun. So I figured that I would just continue fighting mobs because this was actually the first night where I spent out of my island, and also the first night where I actually was killing mobs. And this kind of showed me how strong I was and how OP my gear was. And then after a bit, I just waited around to kill as many creepers as I possibly could because I needed gunpowder, and a lot of it. Hey, the sun's coming up, that's kind of cool. On days 156 to 159, I spent these days dedicated to, you guessed it, in city raiding. And to the end I go. Hey, nice. But before I could go inside of the gateways, I had to pick up something which I left. The next generation! Woo! Look at all this yummy XP. Nom 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 nom. Time to take ourselves a vacation because we've definitely earned one, that's for damn sure. And I figured that I would throw an ender pearl inside of the gateway because I want it to go in style. Nope, first time's the charm. Almost. First time's the charm. Nice, look at that. It only took 3 tries. First task was to do some target practice.
Alright, I do want to bring one of these back with me. So, target practice.
And after I was done with target practice, I changed my chunks to 32, and then after a little bit of wondering, most likely a minute, I discovered my first end city.
Look at that, right off spawn. I'm just super lucky, and I don't know why, it's weird. Okay, that would not have been lucky, but it's lucky that I stopped before then.
Then, while I was holding shift for dear life, I made my way to the end city. And then above me sat the end ship, which hosted what all Minecraft players tend to want.
Let's get ourselves wings.
So one of the main reasons why I decided that I kind of wanted to loot the end ships as well as the instructors is because I wanted to actually grab a lot of resources, because what I wanted to achieve by the end of 100 days was to also kill all the bosses, but to also craft myself a full-on beacon. Why? Because regeneration, and why that? For bragging rights mainly. Yay! And as I flew aboard the end ship, there it was. The Elytra, aka the Wings of Minecraft, where I stole after I killed the shulker.
Die. This is the true treasure. Look at that! I got wings! And these aren't nipples, by the way. There, OG skin is back. I had another skin on because I was doing another video. So yeah, figured I'd change it back to my OG skin. So the OG skin is back, so don't freak out. What I do want is this. Yes.
And then after I was done looting the ship, I decided that I would loot the end city.
Be gentle, alright?
Looting.
I'm not dying today.
Looting, it's a looting montage, gonna get all the loot.
And he sticks to landing. Another chest room, right? Yes.
I don't really know what to add in the background, so I'm gonna sing a bunch of looting songs. Looting,
Alright, thank you, appreciate it. Lootin' and scootin'.
Looting, I'm gonna fly some. Looting and flying, and then
Look at that, yee.
looting, gonna sing the loot song. Loot, gonna loot.
Putting this in my hotbar just in case I need an extra one in case this one breaks because it lacks mending.
I'm gonna loot.
Hey, look at that, another city, and it's much bigger than the last one. And also an extra set of wings.
Cause I need a lot of ores for my beacon.
Man, this area is loaded with them, jeez.
But yeah, I just went from city to city, looting and then scooting, and then after that I looted some more, and then yeah, I left with a lot of loot. And by loot, it was mainly just ingots and emeralds and other stuff. And after I was done, I flew straight into the portal, and then I went home. Day 160, I right back inside of the overworld to where I just counted all my loot. And as far as loot went, I had 49 diamonds, 90 iron, 141 gold, 12 emeralds. Then afterwards, I just utilized all the XP, and I just combined all the loot which I got. Then I decided that I would make a shrine to the Ender Dragon. Then afterwards, I wanted to plant this course flower, but I couldn't actually do it because I lacked the materials. Afterwards, I just combined all of the stuff which I got ore-wise, and I had a lot, and then I just applied all that stuff to my beacon. And I was actually almost at the 3rd level. Afterwards, I just did some pumpkins, and that was it for day 160. For days 161 through 163, I spent this pretty much grinding because I had a plan that was going to be along the lines of harvest a bunch of pumpkins and then go to the village, then sell them to make bank. Then on day 164, I gathered a bunch of redstone stuff because I'll just let the past me talk about it.
So also, I'm in desperate need of gunpowder and also mob drops, so I figured that I would create a decently sized mob farm over here. Oh yeah, let's do that.
So yeah, I decided that I would create a mob farm, and you're probably curious on why exactly a mob farm and not an iron farm. The main reason is because gunpowder, and honestly at this point I didn't really need iron. I needed iron to make a beacon, but I figured a gunpowder supply would be clutch, and I kind of needed that in order to explore the world more, because with the other 2 bosses that remained, one was the Warden and the other one was the Creaking, I had to explore a lot. Anyways, here is the final time lapse. Hopefully you guys enjoyed this one.
So for the remainder of days 174, I dedicated to making the mob farm look more attractive, for mob farm. Yeah, I was pretty much doing this, and afterwards I gathered a little bit of pumpkins because I wanted way more pumpkins because I had this amount, but I did kind of need more. Then afterwards I placed a slime block for me to jump down, and afterwards I just made a bunch of redstone stuff, and that was it for that day. 175, I tweaked around with redstone, and I basically added just a fancy dancy light to know when the thing was actually on and off. So yeah, turns out this mob grinder actually has a byproduct of music discs. I'm not really sure how I got it, but I got one.
The creeper just exploded inside there. That's not good. I'm still alive somehow, so that's all that matters.
On day 176, I figured I would go exploring a little bit because it was quite a while since I actually explored, and this world was just mainly jungle. But then I stumbled upon a pillager area to where I got a goat horn, then I freed an ally, and then I just decided to fly around a little bit. Afterwards, I went back to the base where I got a really good picture of the mob grinder.
Looks so odd, but I love it.
And then afterwards I grinded for a little bit more, and then I made a small little pier, and that was it for that day. Day 177, I grinded, but also this happened.
Back at the grind again. And I have to say that I have coffee, per usual, and I decided to put a scoop of ice cream in it because secretly I'm a fat ass, but not really. So it's quite good. I guess I'll try it really fast if I like it. It's not bad, but it's the bitterness of the coffee. Since I drink my coffee sometimes black, which this is black coffee with ice cream in it. It's quite good, but it definitely complements the bitterness because the ice cream is chocolate. So, but yeah, I think I'm pretty good as far as loot goes for mob drops. To the nearby jungle to get some melons because I'm out of them.
You're probably curious why exactly I needed melons. It was mainly for potions, and I was prepping to actually defeat the Warden. So stay tuned.
Nice. All right, way I go. This looks so weird. I love the aesthetic, but ugh, it looks weird. I mean, to be fair, there's really no decent way of making a mob farm, so. Potions.
After I was done making potions, I decided that I would enchant because I needed density 3 on my mace.
Density 3, that's what I need. Sweet.
Then out of nowhere, I got the most intelligent idea that I've ever had in my life.
It would make sense for me to put a light right there.
Makes sense, right? But sadly enough, I
don't really want to move it. Let's go up there and kill some mobby dabbies. Here we go, because I was AFKing for a bit, and hopefully there's a decent amount. Oh yeah, cool. Seems like that's an issue with this farm, is that creepers occasionally decide to blow up on me. I don't know why, and I don't know how, because they can't see me.
After I was done grinding for a little bit, I figured that I would show off the farm a little bit, so here you go.
Alright, so this is the top. Right here is just a simple redstone clock. I'll show the redstone. So there is two hoppers going into each other, two comparators with them off, pointing this way, and then over here, skip the block, and then there's redstone, and then two sticky pistons with a block of redstone, and same way over here, and this goes to, it's a repeater, and this line of redstone activates the trapdoors. Same with over there, but the items, I believe there is 3 stacks of netherrack. So after this one has all the blocks, it shifts. So it turns it on and off. And then for the light, I just have this hooked up with the repeater going down, and then this activates the light right there. But yeah, it's pretty simple. It's the design I was going for was just basic. I'll do a flyby. This half is 8 blocks out. That half is 8 blocks out. And then there is, I think, a 4 wide drop, a water current pushing them this way. Originally, I was going to put it to where they would be at a 1-hit kill, but doesn't really matter to me. And then up here, I did a basic water elevator and then a platform, and then there is a slime block for me to jump down, so I don't take any damage. But yeah, it's a pretty simple mob farm.
I started day 178 by collecting my orange shulker, and then I decided that I would enchant my mace.
Let's call it the drop zone, just because it sounds cool. Noise drop zone!
And then after my mace was enchanted, I figured that I would test it out on nearby wildlife.
Honestly, it's probably good that I test this out before I decide to kill the warden with the mace, so let me go up a few blocks and just attempt to kill a mushroom. Because I already have potions, so if I take damage, I take damage. I'm not really that scared about it. Alright, this should be high enough. I don't want to die. Because death is not fun, but I see mushroom. Bonk.
Haha! Look at that! I just one-hitted a mushroom cow. Cool. Now I feel kind of bad, but I got overkill. Deal 50 hearts of damage with a single hit using the mace. The warden's gonna die. So there's a little FYI, if I don't get the achievement, it's because I set it to slaughter a mushroom cow. So that can just, yeah, that's not staying. I was gonna say that can stay as a trophy, but no. So there's a bug to where I wish Mojang would fix, and this bug happens when you go into the water with your wings on. You do this, you flop around like a fish, and I wish they would just fix the bug. I mean, I'm sure it's probably intentional and they probably can't remove it. I wish they would just fix it. All right, time to go make bank. So the plan for today was to mainly fly over to the other village and attempt to get a bunch of farmers and then just basically make all the emeralds inside of the world so that I could actually do my beacon, because I feel like I only had one more row to go. So I figured if I were to actually do that, I could easily make a full beacon. So that was the plan. Alright, I need all the villagers to turn to farmers. Thank you, kind sir. First of many. Please have the pumpkin trade. Nice! Aha! Let me buy stuff from you! Stop it! I want to buy stuff. What are you doing? Come back here. Fine, walk away. Be that way. Yeah! Look at that. Sweet. Alright, all the farmers are here. Ah, please don't mate. Cool. You better have the pumpkin trade. Hey, dude, stop breeding. That's just gross. Did you reset your trade yet? You did not. Okay, you guys need to reset your trades. And that's all I did for day 178. Day 179, villager grind. Okay, well, you guys need to stop mating and work. Okay, there's this is a weird scene. It looks like 3 of them are trying to breed. No comments. No comment at all. I mean, if you're into that, that's cool. You guys need to work. Yes, you guys need to work. Reset your stupid trades. Jesus Christ. Reset your trade. Stop trying to breed. All these villagers think about is just breeding, especially these 3. I'm not judging. Yeah, villagers, they're very annoying, and afterwards I just decided that I would just cram them inside of a very small hole. This guy is defiant. He doesn't want to get inside of my hole. It's a nice area. Trust me, it's a nice area. You know, you'll love it. It's like a studio or something like that. Yes, get in the hole with your friend. Don't you dare go in there. You don't belong in my fancy hole, okay? This guy does though, but he's more attractive than you. Dude, you were so close. Get in the dang hole. Get in the hole. Get in the hole, please. You'll love it. There you go. Cool. Now you can no longer escape. It's fine. So now that my villagers were inside of a hole, I landed with composters, and I figured that this will help them kind of want to work more. Yeah, because capitalism, right? Yep. They seem like they're not happy because they don't want to reset their trades. Could it be the fact that they're inside of a hole? I mean, maybe. I haven't really thought about that way. Nah, they're fine. This is totally humane. Ha, 14. That's not bad. Okay. Your trades, buddy? No. No, just no. Just no. Just no. Just no. Okay? No. You have beautiful eyes. Well, there's a non-pumpkin guy in there. I think it's time that I do some cleansing of the area. I don't know why you're trying to breed. You can't breed. Okay, someone hang around the bell, okay? So I can cleanse the area of non-pumpkins. But I know what you guys can do. Reset your trades. Yes. Go to your rooms. They're not gonna see it coming, trust me. Hopefully they didn't see me kill that guy. And before you say anything negative, that was meant to happen. You can stay, but just know that you're on my list, okay? Did you guys reset your trade yet? You did, yay. Fine, you know what? You guys can roam. Alright, you guys can roam. I'm letting you roam just because the cleansing happened, and you guys seem fine with it, so. Okay, yeah, you reset your trade. Thank you. Try not to miss your amazing leader too much, alright? Just saying. Alright, I'll be back. Your glorious leader will be back. After I said goodbye to my amazing villagers, I flew back home to where I unloaded all of the blocks of emerald which I gathered, and I placed them underneath my beacon. Hello, Steve. How is Steve? I haven't seen the other Steves around, which is kind of... Oh, Steve? No, that's a pumpkin. I haven't seen the sheep Steves in quite a bit, which is kind of odd.
Hey, Steves! Here, you guys should make more Steves. Let me get a flower. Make more Steves. Oh, where'd Steve go? I want you guys to Steve. Yes, I know it's hideous, it's fine. It's just a mob farm. I wasn't going for aesthetics, Steve. Jesus. This Steve is so, it's just so, like, judgy. I'm not talking to you. Yes, you upset me. It's fine. I'll get over it, Steve. Yes, Steve. I love you too. There we go. Hello, Steve. You guys, Steve. Yes. Make another Steve. I need all the Steves, alright? It's important that I get all the Steves. And then after I was back and everything was normal again, I just continued with the villager grind up until the next day. I wonder if I can one-shot you. Hold on. Alright, so let's do this. Bonk. Okay, well, that actually, I think you smacked me by accident or something. Here, let's try that again. Alright, goodbye, Iron Golem. It's been fun. Yeah, that could have killed me. Did it though? It did not. I'm immortal, I can't die. And after grinding, I officially had another layer down. I get strength now. Fear me, Steves. Alright, let's do this. So towards the end of day 181 as well as 182, I just grinded for a little bit. I need iron, so you're gonna have to die. I'm not sorry about what I have to do, okay? It has to be done. It has to be done. It has to be done. How'd that arrow go right through you? Can we talk about that? Cool, we did. Alright, let's harvest these bad babies. So on day 183, I decided that I would fly back to the village and do some more trading. Very glad to see you guys wanting to reset your trades. That's awesome. Good stuff. Good stuff. Alright, I need way more. I'm not getting you melons, buddy. I'm sorry, but I'm not. The pumpkin trade is already established. So, why are you charging so much money? You need to reduce your prices, bud. Yes, you right there. You need to reduce your prices. It's crazy. After I was done, I decided that I would fly back when I had a pretty genius idea, which I did use. You know, what I could do is I could, you know, infect that guy with zombie virus and whatnot and just heal him and then get reduced prices for pumpkins. I could make bank from that. And that's a lot of work though. It'll all be worth it when I have regeneration for this beacon. Yeah, gonna be crazy. Blup, 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 blup. Day 184, you guessed it, pumpkins. Spammy, spam, 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 spam. There you go. When at 185, I trade it. Shocker. So do you remember a few days ago where I said I had a plan about using the zombies to lower the price? Well, I was going to do that, so I constructed a few fermented spider eyes and I made me some weakness potions. Alright, time to make it before nightfall, and get a zombie, and then infect them, and then cure them. So when I got there, I made some preparations. Mainly, I just lined the whole entire small area with a bunch of composters, and then I made numerous walls so that nothing could escape, not even the villagers nor the zombie, and then I waited. Oh, that's right, you guys want the bell. Just like sheep and cattle. Yes, go in there. And then afterwards, I constructed a small pathway for me and the zombie, and then I waited until I saw a zombie, and then I fetched them. You, sir, are going to be eating the brains of numerous villagers. It'll be like villagers, they taste yummy. I love your armor, by the way. It's very fancy, very high class. You, my friend, are a very high class man. I can tell that. And you only eat the most amazing villagers, which I have 3 you can easily eat. And they're all free range, mind you, all organic, non-GMO, blah, blah, blah. Yes. Into there. Time to carefully kill the zombie that's in there. Nice, I got him. Cool. Alright, time to do this really fast. Bonk. And then after a while waiting, I officially had 3 villagers that I cured, in which the trades were decently low. Yay, look at that. Awesome. We did it. Yes. Yes. Better than nothing. But the thing was, not all the villagers contained the trade that only asked for 1 pumpkin for an emerald, to where this kind of aggravated me to where I might have accidentally let another zombie in and had to do it all over again. Really? You know what? Screw it. Yeah. kill that guy.
But after I was done, I decided that I would go outside of the little building, and that's when a few casualties happened. But the good news is that both my villagers had that 1 pumpkin, 1 emerald trade, so I was happy. And then after I was done trading and curing villagers, I flew back, and far as this day went, the only thing I remember is that I sang All Star by Smash Mouth. When day 188, I flew back and I traded a little bit more with the villagers who were brain dead.
Good, villager, you set your trade. Now you reset your trade. Okay, yeah, no, please raise it, because that's cool. I appreciate it, Dingbat. I'm not gonna infect you again, there's no point.
Yeah, so that was the issue which I faced right now, was the fact that they wanted to raise their prices and I didn't really want to infect them again. So I just traded as much as I really wanted to, and then I set off and that was it. And then when I came back, I placed down all the emerald blocks which I obtained, and then I set out yet again.
Almost there. About halfway-ish.
And that was day 188. 189 trading.
Why are they doing this? I just cured you. No, I'm not doing it for 6, you stupid.
Progress. And that was it for that day. One day 190, after I flew all the way over to my villagers, they decided that they would rank up the price all the way to 8 emeralds for 1 pumpkin. And to be fair, this wasn't going to happen because they tried doing this to me, the person who cured them but also infected them with zombie virus. I didn't really want to deal with this anymore, so I figured the best punishment would be...
Yeah, thank you. Okay, now it's 8. What? You stay there, dumb villagers. Really? That's a total ripoff, bud. Here, you get the mace. Yeah.
And then after that, I flew away.
I do have to say, I really do like the mace. It is a very good weapon, and it's very, like, easy to kill stuff, but it's also, like, you need a strategy if you want to kill, like, certain mobs, because you have to, you know, first off, fill her up, and then hit them, and usually the hardest part is hitting them, but it's all about timing. But I do really like the weapon itself. It's really creative, and I love the way it looks, so... We're slowly getting there, ever so slightly.
So around this time of the recording and also around the 200 days, I was getting kind of annoyed by the whole entire village grind, so I figured that I would mix it up a little bit, and then I tried doing shipwrecks.
I could do buried treasures. I'm gonna go do that.
And then afterwards, I set off to hopefully find all the treasure inside of the sunken ships. And I did actually steal a gold block from 1 portal, but afterwards I discovered a coral reef and then a village, and then I slept. One day 191, I looted this village, then I traded with the villagers, and then I stole from the pyramid. Then afterwards, I just flew away.
Ooh, that was skill. Woo.
And then afterwards, I looted my last shipwreck, and then I flew back to the base. And then I block-defied all of my ores, and then I laid it inside of the beacon, and that was actually really close, actually. And afterwards, I just traded until I slept, and that was it for that day. On day 192, I just traded as well as harvested pumpkins, and afterwards, I thought about heading back to the village to where I made all the villagers extinct but 1. So I flew over there in hopes that he might have had his mind together and wanted to actually trade me 1 emerald for 1 pumpkin.
Alright, let's go see if the people over here want to actually behave. If not, then I might have to show them the all-powerfulness of the drop zone. So I don't really want to do that, but if they don't want to comply with giving me emeralds for pumpkins, then yeah, they're gonna get that.
But when I actually arrived, turns out I didn't actually put fear into his heart, and his trade was...
You want to comply with my demands or no? Okay, so that's a no. Note it. Rad. Well, this village has been extinct, sadly enough.
So after that, I flew away, and then I decided that I would loot some shipwrecks to where I couldn't find this one map to where I had to go over and over until I found it, and then I almost died to a zombie, then I flew away, and then I slept, and that was it for that day. One day, 192, I awoke with numerous creepers and zombies trying to kill me.
My lord, zombie horde.
And then I found that treasure which I could not find, and afterwards I looted some more, and then I flew away, and then I plopped down a bunch of the blocks which I got from looting.
So close, yet so far. We're gonna do this.
And when I was actually attempting to go mob grind, my line ship broke.
It's good that I have alternative ways to get up there.
Then afterwards I just grinded for a little bit, and then I slept, and that was that day. One day 194, I woke to an iron golem suffocating inside of a wall.
Goofball. Yeah, I made it hollow.
And then afterwards, I traded, and then I plopped down all the blocks which I've made so far.
Few more to go. Almost done. Or I could just do this. Nah.
So afterwards, I decided that I would go mob grind, but it turns out I lacked string. And it seems like this mob farm that I made, it didn't actually generate any spiders. And if it did, the spiders I don't think died. And the reason why I wanted string is because I wanted to actually sell it to my trader, but hard to do that when you lack string. And as I was gliding down, I got pricked by a berry bush.
Ah. Some berry bush.
Yeah, that would have been a very, very, very dumb way to go. And then afterwards, I just traded until the day was over, and then I slept. And that was it for 194. 195, I spent it just mainly putting the block by the beacon, and then trading, and then rinsing and repeating. And then after I got done at that, I decided that I would cut down a jungle tree to where I flew back, and that's when I attacked an iron golem to where I got a block, and then traded all the sticks to the villager. And that was it for that day. One day, 196, I decided that I would let out my inner Benson.
Get back to work or you're fired! Get back to work or you're fired! But the hose! The hose! What about the hose?
But today was actually a special day to where I laid out the final blocks for the beacon.
Oh, one more. And hope you're ready. We have a entirely functional beacon. And the grand reveal, wait for it. Hey, look at that. We now have a regeneration beacon. Now it's time to kill the Warden. Hope you're ready. It's gonna get spicy.
So for the remainder of this day, I just spent it gearing up to fight the Warden.
Tomorrow we set out to kill the Warden.
So on day 197, I set out to kill the Warden. And actually, how I was going to do this is I was going to use the mace, but I was also going to lower him inside of a very, very, very small area, and then go up 2 stacks of blocks and then drop down. Because I did the math that in order to actually one-shot the Warden, you need to be around 100-ish blocks. And since I had density, I think 4, I wasn't really going to take chances and not be at the correct height. So I figured 2 stacks would be perfect. And so I flew over there and I got started. So when I got to the mesa biome, I couldn't find the hole to where I ventured down. I spent most likely 5 or 10 minutes trying to find it. I finally found the hole and I just dug straight down. And after I found the deep dark, I set to work. And the idea was to mainly make this inside a hole and then have redstone, but I'll let me talk about it.
The plan is to have a noisemaker inside this room to attract them and make a gigantic power up, and I just drop down. So that's the idea.
So again, basic redstone, I just use sticky pistons as well as redstone torches and as well as a lever, and that was it. Pretty simple. And so you're probably curious on how exactly this makes the Warden not despawn. The answer is, since the Warden is interested into this noisemaker, it doesn't actually despawn. So there you go. If you have that question, I just answered it. And yeah, I just mined up 2 stacks, aka 128 blocks.
Hey, diamonds, I don't really need them. I'm gonna just ignore y'all. Ignoring diamonds? How dare you? Yes, I'm gonna ignore diamonds. Oh, stupid gravel.
This happened numerous times, by the way. I'm just very glad that I had feather falling, because if it did not, I would have most likely died.
This gravel's really annoying. I mean, 128 blocks is most likely overkill, but hey, one can never be too safe when it comes to this. I guess the Warden can easily one-shot me, and if I fall, I'm dead. No safety precautions at all. No safety rails. Going full on pure luck, and also timing, but mainly pure luck, because I'm a being that drives on luck.
And then on day 198, I finally reached the height which I wanted, and afterwards I just mined out a very small area and then I destroyed the pillar which I was using. But before I could spawn on the Warden, I decided that I would expand the platform up top a little bit, and then I decided to go down when this happened.
Okay, there we go. Alright, down I go. Okay. Okay, good thing I used that ender pearl because I was not flying. I was actually falling, and I just fell. Fun.
And then afterwards, I decided that it was time to summon the Warden.
Let's run up. One more, and we're good. Okay, now we wait.
Many months later.
Alright. I guess it's go time. There's no time like the present, huh? Alright, let's do this. I did it! What? I did it! I did it! What? Oh my god. I can't believe Okay, I can't believe I actually did that. I'm actually shocked. I'm shocked I actually did that. That is crazy. Okay, I'm actually speechless. GG! But, turns out, we have one more boss to fight. So, let's go back to the base and let's plan for that one.
And just like that, I beat the Warden. And afterwards, I flew back up to the surface where I figured I'd let you guys in on what's going to happen next.
Okay, alright, so I suppose since I'm flying away from killing the Warden and back to base, I will share you guys with what the final boss is going to be. So, I am actually playing inside of the brand new snapshot where I can actually have access to the Pale Garden and also the Creaking mob, aka a mini boss. So we gotta do that, and then we will be all set. So let's attempt to get a little bit more geared up, and then I will set out and hopefully find this weird mini boss thing. So, yeah. Alright, first thing is first, let's get healed up again because I'm low because I attempted to fly out of the ancient city with my elytra and I smacked a few things, so yeah, we gotta heal up a little bit. Can't believe that I actually killed the Warden with a mace. He is down.
And then I laid down the trophy of the Warden, and then I gave credit where credit was actually due.
Drop zone is the true MVP of that. Same with that redstone.
So the plan on finding this Pale Garden was to just fly around and hope that I did find it, because to be fair, I had no idea how this biome generated or anything about the biome really. I haven't really seen any of the snapshots. I just saw the small video on Minecraft Live, so I figured I would just fly around and hope for the best. And in the morning, I set sail.
So before we set off and find the Pale Garden and hopefully kill the Creaking, I just want to say that this is the same world. I just updated it to the latest snapshot so that I can mess around with the Creaking as well as the Pale Garden. So just FYI, figured I'd say that. And if you're curious on how exactly I did that, the answer is magic. Honestly, the answer is it's quite difficult. I had to download numerous programs and do a lot of techie work and whatnot. But yeah, anyways, let's go find this Creaking thing.
And if you're also still curious about how exactly this happened, I downloaded a program called MCA Selector, as well as a tweaking thing that allows you to tweak your player data settings. And yeah, that's what I did mainly. So yeah, this is the same exact world, everything is copied over. Just the only thing that is different is that I updated it to the latest snapshot, because with the snapshot, you have to physically mark off a data pack, which I couldn't really find the data pack downloaded anywhere on the internet, so I figured I would try it this way. It worked, so there's your explanation. Yeah, so when I was flying around, I forgot how horrible Minecraft ran on my computer without mods installed, mods like Fabulous Optimized, and yeah, it struggles because I think my render distance was maybe on 15 or something like that, and I just was flying around, and yeah, and this is actually when I turned up my render distance up a little bit more to see what would be around me.
I'm gonna turn up my render distance a little bit. Alright, let's see if I can see anything. Ooh, that looks cool. Alright, this is on 32 chunks. Are you kidding me? That's the Pale Garden right there.
And that is when I flew over there, and to be fair, this entrance was really cool.
That looks so cool. That looks flippins. Ooh. And the vibes, look at that. That is cool. I like that. And it changes the sky. That's sick. Alright, can I get some of this cool looking wood? Oof. Honestly, is the colors, or actually at one point, I actually really do like the color of this biome. This is really cool. Yeah, honestly, it was during Minecraft Live. I thought it was kind of meh, but this is quite good. I love the aesthetics and also the environment. It's nice. I like it. What are these? Ooh, pale hanging moss. Fancy. Is this pale moss? Ooh, different kinds of moss. That's cool. Can you? You can't hang from them. That kind of sucks. I'm guessing it'll be like dark oak where you need to get like 4 of them. After I was done harvesting a little bit of materials, I figured that I wanted to actually grab a sapling, and that's when I snatched one up. And then afterwards, I just waited for nighttime. Oh, hello. That actually scared me. Yeah, so after I saw the creaking, all I had to do was just tap it a little bit, and then it showed where the little heart thingy was, and that's when I just literally walked over there, and I think it maybe attacked me once, and I just destroyed the heart, and it was really simple. They need to definitely add a little bit more to this mob, because it's not really there yet. It would be really cool if there was like some kind of like blindness attack, or like attack where like it made you kind of flee while looking at it to where it moved towards you, or like something that you could do, because there's a lot of stuff you can do with this. What you could do with it is you could have it have the ability to kind of summon moss around it, or hanging vines, or roots maybe, and kind of like make you not move for a little bit. It would be really cool if they could do something like that. They most likely won't, but there's an idea for you, Mojang, if you want to actually make this into all that it can be. But to be fair, the hardest part about this was mainly just the regular vanilla mobs, like the creeper and zombie and whatnot. I got lowered a little bit, but to be fair, the way these little guys hit are really easy, because I think I took out maybe 2 of them. But yeah, it's this creature is not there yet. It needs a lot of work, and it needs to have a very special move, kind of like the Warden. But that's just my opinion on that matter. Now, please know that I'm not trying to on Mojang or Minecraft or Microsoft or anyone at Mojang or inside of the Minecraft development team. It's just, personally, I think that when you add a new mini boss or a new mob or a new biome, you have to make it creative. And I feel like you kind of have to push the envelope a little bit, because I kind of said this inside of my trial chamber video when they added the springy fart boy, whatever it's called. I think that if you want the player to explore a little bit and you kind of want to guide them towards the area, you need to make a mob that is creative and unique to that area. And I feel like with the creaking, they can definitely add a little bit more. They can possibly add another item or another move. The possibilities are endless. But honestly, I really like where it's at currently. I feel like it's just missing something. Just as someone who designs and creates their own stuff, it's not there yet. Anyways, but we got this. We didn't die. So yeah, see you guys back at the house. On day 200, as I slowly made my way back to the base, I thought about all the stuff which I've done over this journey. I killed the Ender Dragon, I killed the Wither, I killed Ender Guardians, and I killed the Creaking, but I also killed the Warden with a mace. And as I came back, I made the Creaking its own shrine. And yeah, it was done. I've successfully beat every single boss, existing and also new inside of Ultra Hardcore, a world without regeneration. Hopefully you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, make sure to leave a like and also subscribe. Thank you so much for watching. I had a lot of fun continuing this world. And yeah, hopefully you had fun watching it. There'll be way more to come because I have a lot of ideas as far as the 100 days stuff. So yeah, watch out for that. And also, have a great day, have a great evening. See you all in the next video. Bye bye.